I want to move on, though. We're going to talk about the Houston Astros and a little bit about the New York Yankees as well. Why? Because all year long, even when the New York Yankees were on a historically good pace, I was saying the Houston Astros are still the team to beat in the American League. And don't get it twisted. I didn't care how good the Yankees got until the Yankees could prove that they could beat the Astros in October. Then I wasn't ready to say anything other than the Astros are the team to beat. Now here we are on August 15th, and I can say wholeheartedly still that the Astros are the team to beat in the American League. They now have a better record than the Yankees, who were, again, on pace to break the all-time wins record. The Astros now have a better record than them. The Astros are now 75-41, 34 games over 500. So I've been looking around, I look at a lot of the top teams in the league, and you look at where is a weakness for this team. Where are the weaknesses? And I go to the Houston Astros, and I think, what is their weakness? It's not starting pitching. Their rotation has been phenomenal. And now they've added back Lance McCullers, who in his debut, it hadn't pitched in a year, was lights out. He was masterful. The Lance McCullers that we saw before he went down. Justin, we all know the year he's having. Framber Valdez, we all know how good he is. It's not the rotation, and it's certainly not the bullpen, which has been the best bullpen in terms of team ERA for the strong majority of the year. The bullpen has been a big boost for the Astros this year. It's not the defense, which ranks as the third best defense in all of Major League Baseball. And honestly, you look at the offense, and it's really not the offense. In most categories, they rank inside the top 10. So where's the weakness with this team? You can look at a team like the Yankees, and you can find their weakness. Pitching. Specifically since after the All-Star break, which we'll get to in a second. But the Astros really don't have one. And in terms of experience in the playoffs, nobody has more in the American League than the Houston Astros have over the course of the last 5-6 years. Nobody has more in the game of baseball, really. I feel like the Dodgers and the Astros are on that same path there in terms of how much playoff experience the team has. So the Astros are rolling. They are the team to beat in the American League. They now have 75 wins, which is a pace for 104 wins, which would be the second most wins in franchise history. In 2019, they won 107. 2018, they won 103. So, pretty impressive what they're doing. If they win 100-plus games, that'll be 4 of the 5 times they've done that will have been since 2017. They've done it 5 times, and if they do it again this year, 4 of the 5 times will be since 2017. Pretty remarkable there what they're doing. But on the other side of things, the Yankees, who I've been very high on for the majority of the year and said very early on, before most anybody, I said, this Yankees team is really good. And you know what? I still do believe they are a very good team, but they are no longer, and I don't believe they ever have been the team to beat in the American League, but they are no longer the best team right now in the American League. In fact, since the All-Star break, even a little bit before, they've been downright bad. Since August 1st, the Yankees are 3-8, the 5th worst record in all of baseball. Their 3 wins in August are tied for the 3rd fewest in all of baseball. 2-6 on the road, which is the 6th worst. When you look at the Yankees season, it has progressively gotten worse and worse over the last couple of months. Look at this. Losses by month. Okay? In April, the whole month of April, the Yankees had 6 losses. In May, they had 9 losses. In June, they had 6 losses. In July, they had 13 losses. And already just 2 weeks into August, they have 8 losses, with the majority of the month still to go. The Yankees are falling, and they're falling fast. Now, did I believe the Yankees were as good as they were at the beginning of the season through a couple of months? No. And that's not to say I didn't think they were a good team, but they weren't the best team of all time. they were due for a regression to the mean, if you will. Their starting rotation was never supposed to be the catalyst of this team. It was never supposed to be, oh man, this team behind Garrett Cole is going to be carried by their starting pitching of Nestor Cortez and Jamison Tyone. And like, that was never the case. But they were doing that at the beginning of the year. But I always felt they were due for a little bit of a regression. Now, is this team we're seeing right now, is this the Yankees that we can expect? No. I also believe they are a better team than we're seeing right now. So it's somewhere in the middle of what we saw from the beginning of the year and what we're seeing right now. But listen to this. Since before August 1st, okay, the Yankees rotation, 3.37 ERA, which was third best in all of baseball. 582 strikeouts, the second best in all of baseball. Since August 1st, it has gone way downhill. Team rotation, 4.65 ERA, the 22nd best in baseball. Strikeouts, 56, middle of the pack. It's just not good. On the relieving side, their ERA is still top 10, but 3 blown saves in August, which is tied for the second most in baseball. 25% save percentage, second worst in all of baseball. Things have just gone downhill. Clay Holmes appeared to be the best closer in the game of baseball. He has 3 blown saves in his last 11 games. He had 2 in his previous 38. So Clay Holmes has gone downhill as well. So when it comes to the Yankees, you can literally point to the All-Star break. It started a little bit before, but when it comes to the Yankees, you can point to the All-Star break. ERA before the All-Star break, they were third best. After, 24th best. Strikeouts, 4th and 8th. Relief pitching, this is where it really changes. ERA, before the All-Star break, they had the second best in baseball. Since then, it's 11th. I mean, I could go on and on with these stats, but for the Yankees, it has been pitching. They were on pace to be the best team of all time, and now it's not the case. Now, they're going to win the AL East. They will be fine. But this discussion that I've been having all year, Astros versus Yankees, and saying the Astros are the team to beat in the American League, don't get it twisted. The beginning of time when I was saying that, it's, oh, Ben, you're so biased, which is just a ridiculous narrative. I have the ability in my career to call a spade, and I knew the Astros were the team to beat. Is that to say they're not going to lose in the playoffs? Absolutely not. But until the Yankees can prove that they can beat the Astros in the playoffs, the Astros are the team to beat. So the Astros are now the best team in the American League record-wise, and we know they're going to get into October. We know both of these teams are. And I just hope as a fan we can see a collision course in the ALCS between the Astros and the Yankees. How great would that be?
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.